Hi guys, so I was sitting here contemplating covering a podcast on Neptune and the Six, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, I actually really want to do something on medical astrology, and there's a reason as to why Neptune and the Six kind of sparked that. My son has that placement, and within your sixth house, it's like it rules everyday life. So he is very, very perceptive to like energy around him. And one of the main reasons as to why I got into astrology is because I saw my little guy as a kid and I noticed that in certain situations, certain areas on him would be like affected if he wasn't expressing, I guess, energy or if he was like being too receptive to things. So medical astrology was something that really, really, really interested me. And I wanted to give a brief overview of the different signs and the different health implications of those signs, as well as the planets that correspond to them, more so on a basis of theory. We're going to say it that way, because I don't necessarily like to give this advice to people just because if they have like a really big like medical issue. It's not something that I would want somebody to like take to heart and like think was just straight legit advice. It works very well with my son. And it actually works very well with me as well. So people who are very Neptunian in nature, I think that it does like definitely help them in those areas. But again, don't take this as like, take it with a grain of salt. Watch it with your own body. And if you know how to read your birth chart, you know where all of these signs and placements are. That is definitely a big one too, obviously, as you would have to be able to correlate it to each sign and see where like you were lacking that energy. But hold on, I'm going to pull this up. Going to go sign by sign and discuss the issues with each one of these signs as well as the planets that rule the sign. The first one would be Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. So wherever you would have Mars in your chart, this would essentially be where you would want to look into maybe different adverse aspects or things that could be affecting your Mars energy, as well as where you have Aries in your chart and where maybe you aren't being independent or like headstrong enough. With Aries, it all revolves around the head. A lot of issues with this involve, I mean, you can go anything. I notice like a lot when I'm like, my Aries energy isn't able to flow properly. I get like really foggy headed and I get a lot of headaches. I can't say this for sure as I'm not completely sure on this, but I don't know if that potentially affects like the third eye area. There's a very good chance that it does. Anything involving your head. So even general like stuffiness, I guess if it was, I can't say head colds because that would probably relate to Venus and Taurus placements. But anything involving your head, mainly headaches, like migraines and stuff like that, you would look into where you have Aries in your chart and maybe try to push out that Aries energy further so that you are expressing it like more cleanly. The second house, or this, I'm sorry, not the second house. Well, yes, there's a ruler of the second house as well, but would be Taurus. Taurus rules the throat as well as the nose. And so as the ruler of Taurus is Venus, pretty much any areas that you would have Taurus or Venus placed in your chart would be areas where you maybe could, if you were having problems with them or whatever, you could maybe experience throat or nose problems. Anything from throat aches to throat cancer to colds to anything related. I mean, it can vary a lot. And obviously if you have cancer or something like that, do not take this to heart. This is just for minor aches and pains and like ailments that are just quick coming on and stuff like that, just in case you have, like you are too like perceptive to energy as well. The next one would be Gemini. This rules your hands, your arms, and your lungs. I've actually like noticed this one before when I'm like not expressing Gemini energy in its fullest, which Gemini rules communication. They are the communicators, they're twins. It's just what I'm doing right now, talking. My hands have got like cramped up before when I'm not like talking enough or not expressing myself enough. So you would look to wherever you have Gemini or Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So wherever you would have Mercury or Gemini in your chart and try to work with that energy. It would probably be best to talk to me about this, I suppose, because I can see energy in people in blocks and stuff like that. And I can see how it's like not coming out correctly. The next one would be Cancer, and Cancer rules the stomach area and the chest. For women, I know that if you have Cancer in like your 8th house, you can have breast cancer issues, or you can have stomach cancer. don't worry, they normally have a lot of longevity, so I shouldn't say that. That sounds horrible. But any thing stomach related or chest related, if you're feeling low on energy as well, I would definitely look into wherever you have Cancer or wherever your moon is placed in your chart. The moon rules emotions. So a lot of people, if you're like very, very sensitive to energy, you could get a stomach ache. Like I know that happens to me all the time. If I'm like just emotionally uneasy, I can't like eat that well and stuff. That would be Cancer related or moon related. The next one is Leo. Leo rules the heart and the spine. So like heart palpitations or anything spinal related, like your back hurting. That could be something to do with your Leo energy not being expressed well enough. Heart palpitations, obviously, you should probably go to the doctor for that. But even like heartburn, that would be something that could potentially be like Leo related, or even your sun in your natal chart. So wherever you would have those placements, I would definitely look into how, if you feel whether or not like the energy is flowing properly, or if you're not getting enough or releasing enough of that. Next would be Virgo. Virgo rules the intestines. This is more so like I think the bowel area. I hate that word. Really don't even like using it. But like blockages and stuff in your intestines is Virgo related. So you would look to wherever you have Virgo or Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. After that, we have Libra. Libra rules the kidneys. It rules the kidneys, but also I think like UTIs and stuff like that would be Scorpio related. Anywhere where you have would have like kidney issues, you would want to look into the energy that you have Libra and Venus. It could be either or. Venus can fluctuate between Taurus or Libra. So anything nose, throat, or kidney related would be Venus related. After that, we have Scorpio. Scorpio rules the sexual organs. So anything in the genital area, God, I hate that word, would be Scorpio or Pluto related. So I would look to wherever you have Pluto or Scorpio in your natal chart. Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules the hips and the thighs, and I think the legs in general as well. Ruled by Jupiter, you would want to look to where maybe you have Jupiter or Sagittarius and adverse aspects to either of those, or whether or not maybe you're just not being Sagittarian enough in that area of life. After that, we have Capricorn, and Capricorn rules the knees. This is what this chart thing that I'm going off of, but I know that Capricorn is the bone structure in general, so I wouldn't, maybe like osteoporosis, more so like arthritis. Yeah, that's a big one for Capricorn, I know. You would look to wherever you have Capricorn or Saturn in your chart. With people around my age, so like 28, we're all about to go through our Saturn return. So if you're having like weakness in your legs or any sort of like arthritis related stuff, not arthritis in general, but just like pain in your joints and stuff like that, definitely look into Capricorn in your chart and where Saturn is. And with our Saturn return coming up, it's going to be a little bit tough probably. Saturn is setbacks and limitations, so it's going to get fun. Next, we have Aquarius. Aquarius rules the calves and the ankles. And I'm pretty sure, is Aquarius the nervous system? No, I think that's Gemini. What else does Aquarius rule? Something else as well. But okay, the calves and the ankles. If either of those were causing you any issues, definitely look to where you have Aquarius or Uranus in your chart and see if maybe you're not being enough of a rebel. Pisces. Oh, Pisces rules the feet, but they also ruled the lymph node system. So any issues that you're having with your immune system, this is probably why I'm recording this in general, because Pisces are very, very, very sensitive to energy. But if you are Neptunian in general, which Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, as is Jupiter, but we're going to stick with Neptune and just focus on that for now. Jupiter was the original ruler of Pisces. Anywhere that you have that placement, if you are experiencing like a lowered immune system, or you're having issues with your feet, anything from pain to anything wrong with your feet, really, look into where you have Pisces or Neptune placed in your chart and look at the different aspects between the planets. Anything, I should probably say, because a lot of people don't really know this, look at your squares, your oppositions, what else? Sesquadrats between planets. And yeah, if you need to know more, you can come to me and ask me as well. So yeah, that's pretty much medical astrology in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it. And as an astrologer, one of the things that I actually this probably should be what I actually am doing with astrology, because I can see imbalances in people pretty much off the bat by talking to them. Like once they start expressing to me like where they're experiencing pain or like frustration, as well as what's going on in their life, I can normally pinpoint it pretty easily to these different things. Like that's, if somebody says to me like they're having issues with like, God, I don't know, kidney issues. Kidney issues would be something that would either be Leo related, or because Leo rules the heart and the spine, so that's blood. I'm pretty sure it like filters out. Yes, the kidneys do. Or something Libra related or Mars related. So yeah, you can learn a lot if you look into medical astrology. It's just very hard to pinpoint, but once you get it, you pretty much are on point with it. So that's my overview on medical astrology. Especially if you have Neptune in the 6th, you definitely should probably be looking into all this stuff. Or even Neptune in the 1st house probably would be a really good placement for that as well. Or Chiron in the 6th. Yeah, okay, we're going to shut up now. That is my brief overview on medical astrology.